Well, this week marks 60 days since the start of the war with Iran. Scripps News Group's chief Washington correspondent, Joe St. George, joins us now live.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. So from what we understand, if the president wants to continue using the use of the military, the authorization needs to head to Congress. So how can we expect Congress to respond to the request?
Right. What you're talking about is the 60-day deadline, right? When a president conducts military operations, after 60 days, he needs another round of authorization, or some experts will say that's a violation of federal law. Now, we should be very clear here that this is something that hasn't really ever been firmly tested in the courts. The courts have tended to stay away from foreign policy, military action cases. Congress may just ignore this 60-day mark, but it is a noteworthy period of time, and we're expecting Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth on Capitol Hill once again today. Yesterday, he outlined the total price of the war from a military perspective. Thus far, $25 billion. You divide that by 60, that's around $400 million or so dollars a day. There's the economic cost as well, which I know people are feeling in Texas. But the context that you gave at the top there is important, because while Texas prices this morning are $3.85, that's the Texas state average for a gallon of gasoline. The national average is $4.30. It's the highest of the war. It's the highest in 4 years. And I think we don't maybe talk enough about diesel, because gas is what we typically see when we care about for our own vehicles. When we drive by a local gas station, we're looking about the gas prices. But diesel is what heavy equipment uses. It's what farmers and those in agriculture so often use. Trucks use it to transport so many items in this country. Think of food, right, that ultimately ends up at your grocery store. That's usually on a diesel-powered truck at some point. And many economists have pointed out that the high cost of diesel could trickle down and impact inflation far greater than actually the price of gasoline. And we may be on the precipice. We are on the verge of setting a new record in this country for diesel consumption. All of this unfolding as there seems to be no end in sight with the conflict in the Middle East. Just a few minutes ago, the supreme leader of Iran issued a statement saying that they're going to protect their nuclear capabilities as this negotiation goes on. Noteworthy because remember what President Trump wants. He wants, in order to open up the Strait of Hormuz, where 1/5 of the world's oil typically flows through, he wants Iran to also address nuclear weapons and their ambitions going forward. I hate to use the phrase political chicken because there's just so much at stake here, but it really is. I mean, who's going to blink first here? Can Iran's economy sustain this blockade? Think of it. They're producing oil. They have nowhere to put it, nowhere to send it, nowhere to export it. Or can President Trump endure the political pressure that naturally comes from these high gas prices? And certainly Republicans in Texas are watching this. There's the midterm elections quickly approaching. And anytime you're dealing with near record prices for gasoline, that has an impact at the polls, guys.
Well, thank you so much, Joe, for providing all of that context.
Looking forward to talking again very soon. Have yourself a great day.